in our voice AI agents, I want to go back into a concept that I briefly introduced in a previous video, which is input variables, and give you guys a couple more use cases in which how you can use these variables to make your agents a little bit more powerful. Input variables are variables to simulate a real conversation. A couple cases can be, for example, if you're doing cold outreach or you have an agent that's calling people who have booked appointments to confirm them, then you might want to pull this information from somewhere, which can be like a CRM or a Google Sheets in which you have the name of the person, their phone number, what time their appointment is, the date, their address, what service type they're interested in. And the idea is that whenever the person picks up the phone call from the agent's able to greet them with their name and able to say all of that information. So right here I have this agent, and that's exactly what it's going to be doing. It's going to be taking different input variables that it's going to have as part of its prompt and of its knowledge. So first of all, let's dive into the prompt and see where these variables are being called. As you see here on this left side panel, we have input variables, and I already have a few of them. So service type, appointment date, appointment time, service address, and contact name. Like I said before, ideally these are going to be pre-filled from a Google Sheets or a CRM before the call is made so that the agent has this context. And all of this is being positioned here in our prompts. So I'm going to go all the way down because we have a section called input variables, and this is going to be the section where all the dynamic variables are going to be defined. So for example, we have current time. Current time does not appear here because current time is the current date and time in a specific time zone so that the agent has context on what time it is, what current date it is. This is not a value that we're going to be putting as an input. This is pretty much a variable inside of Dapta that tells the agent what time it is. But if we move over to like contact name, appointment date, appointment time, and all of those, they're all over here. And we're defining what each of those variables mean. So for example, contact name is just the primary contact full name, date of the scheduled appointment. And so if I scroll a little bit up in my prompt throughout the conversation flow, we can see that I have those variables specified on when in the conversation the agent's going to be using these variables. So let's say, for example, if you wanted to add an input variable into your prompt or into your conversation flow, you can simply add them by, first of all, specifying when do you want the agent to use this variable. So you would write your instructions, but to add the variable, you can simply write double brackets and then put the name of your variable. So in this case, it can be, for example, age. Now you're going to see if I hit save changes and I reload the page, the variable is now going to appear here on the left hand side as you see age. Obviously, I only wrote the variable without any other context. So even if I put my age, the agent is not going to use it for anything. We need to specify in the prompt not only where it's going to happen in the conversation flow, but also in the input variables section. For now, I'm going to delete this. You can also use the improve with AI section to add an input variable. You can tell it, add it in the conversation flow and where the input variables are defined, and the AI will do it for you. I'm going to reload this so that we get rid of the age. And so now I can write, for example, service type. This is for a roofing voice agent that takes care of confirming appointments, like giving a call previous to an appointment. So here we can say roof repair. Appointment date, we can say February 10th, and then appointment time 5 p.m. Service address 123 Desert Road. And then if I hit start web call, now the agent's going to have this context.
Hello, is this Josue?
Yes. How are you?
Hello, Josue. This is Helen calling with Sun Valley Roofers. I'm calling to confirm your appointment for roof repair on February 10th at.
So you see it has that information. Now, if I tweak something here, for example, roof replacement, and change the date to February 13th, start web call.
Hello, is this Josue?
Yes.
Hello, Josue. This is Helen calling with Sun Valley Roofers. I'm calling to confirm your appointment for roof replacement on February 13th at 5 p.m. Is that still good for you?
That is correct. Yes. Do you have my address?
Great. And just to confirm, is your service address 123 Desert Road?
So we can see that these variables are pretty much being injected into our prompt when the call is being made. So the agent now knows all those data points. Now, I'm only showing you this through a test call, but what if you want to connect it to your CRM? Then what you would have to do is to create a workflow in the Flow Studio that pulls that information, and then using the node to start a call, you will select the right agent and map the parameters from your CRM or your Google Sheets into the agent's input variables. And now once your campaign starts or once you trigger it, it will pull that information from that specific row or that specific contact and use it as context during the call.